Hello, my staratlas family. It's me again, the MetaVerse Explorer. Let's talk staratlas for the next 10 to 15 minutes. In this video, I'm going to be talking about two big things. First off, the Dow proposals that are just about to go live in about a day or so. And then secondly, we have a giant roadmap update that the team has just released. So I'd like to dive into these two things primarily in this video. So thank you, as always, for trying to watch with me and follow along with staratlas with me. Now, previously, I have some people that are saying the music is way too loud sometimes. And even with this, I'm going to have to turn it mute so that I got to get that, first 5 seconds so it's more interactive and it's like, attention grabbing, just like YouTube, you got to do it. But after that, I think I'm going to turn it off. So right now, you should hear no music. A lot of people were saying there's too much music in the background and you can barely hear me. I changed some of the presets on my monitor and my recording software. So if I do any kind of noise, you're going to hear it. I'm going to tap on my desk and you're going to hear it. Okay, so unfortunately, that's how it's going to go. Now, let's get started in today's video. First off, thank you very much. That was a thing. I'm gonna break that down a lot more later on down the road, but for now, let's leave it there. I saw some pictures, some glorious pictures in the Discord, so I thought I would share them as well. This looks gorgeous. Look at it. Look at it. The photography contest definitely needs to come back because some of these photos are bomb. Some of these are great. And then there's this one, Onizuka, I forgot your last name, like not Mikata-chan, it was Onizuka. It was a Japanese name. I very much like it, man. So look at him chilling on these two lobies. Very, very nice. Now, pictures aside, let's go to the main thing I want to talk to you about, which is the Dow. The Dow has officially started, my friends. Well, it's about to start in a day or so, but by the time you watch this, probably it's started. Because actually, that's true. By the time I release the video, it takes about a day for it to get to 1,000 views. That means the peak viewership, which means everyone's watched it. So yes, I'm right. This was released around a day ago. A dawn for the Dow. Staratlas kickstarts its path towards political decentralization. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a long-ass read, okay? There is a lot of stuff in here to read, and I'm going to be honest again. As always, I'm always honest with you, okay? There is a lot of fluff in here. There is a hell of a lot of fluff in here, okay? I don't know who the hell wrote this, but there was a lot. You could cut this down in half, and you could still get what you needed across to the people of staratlas. Now, let's dissect this a little bit more. I didn't have my highlighter on. I'm going to link this in the link below, but basically all it says is, hey, the Dow is coming. This is what we're going to be doing. These are a few dates, and I've got that later on as well. So let's read through it. Like, look at this. Important step to march towards realization is vision. A consensus system that will shape the metaverse's future. Led to those devoted by their passion, time, resources into this cause. Yeah, we know that. Okay, you don't have to hype it up so much. I don't know who wrote this, but it seems very chat GPT-ish and a lot of very, extra stuff. Fluff. Come on, man. People in staratlas have done with fluff for now. At least I am. Maybe I just CBF now, But anyway, that's enough commentary. So first off, of course, if you have Polis staked, you have PvP power, Polis voting power, which means you will now be able to vote in the Polis proposals that are coming up. There's four big ones coming up right now, but you should know the team previously had stopped development or at least halted or at least really minimized the development on the Dow. And that was because they didn't have the resources to do it. But now they do have the resources and they've taken a small shortcut. So previously everything used to be on chain, but now at, I think half or 75% is actually off chain. It's all it's basically doing is seeing how much you have and then you go and vote and that's it, right? I think Funcracker kind of made an analogy that it was kind of like a black box. You just put in your vote and then something happens, right? Kind of, because you can't count it all because it's all off chain. And then all of a sudden the winner appears, right? So that kind of thing. It's not really optimal for Web3 or total decentralization, but at least it's a step forward. And we have some utility for Polis now, okay? That's the way it's going to work. So anyway, let's go through this. Fluff. The means to exert power, activating the Dow treasury. One of the key points as to why they wanted to get the Polis Dow up and going is because there is money stable sitting there that they want to use. Okay, there is excuse my language, a shit ton of money. It's about $2 million. Here we see it's $1,977,552.82, right? And that's in the Dow Treasury. You can actually go and see that right here. Let's have a look at the Treasury. There we are. This is the live Treasury at the moment, okay? Atlas balance, 706 billion. Million or billion? That's anyway, 1.5 USD, 1.5 million USD. And that's the actual USD balance itself. So just $500,000 in USD, and it's only got 1.1 Sol. So the treasury is going, okay? There has been a small drop down just because of the value of the Atlas itself, okay? So let's say we got $2 million to work with. What do they want to do with it? There's a whole bunch of stuff, but also before we get to what they want to do with it, this is where it's come from. The DAO currently generates revenue from taxes on various activities in the staratlas ecosystem. Let's go through these, okay? Let's really understand some of these. 33% of royalty fees in the staratlas galactic marketplace, okay? So that's known. We've had that for a while, and people try and not pay this by going to private markets, right? Either the Pirate online escrow service, or they just do direct swaps. Like, I want to buy this. Are you selling this? Okay, let's do a trade. And then you avoid this whole entire fee. 100% of the crafting fees from the staratlas golden era mode. Very, very important, okay? Every time, because that's a really great tax, I think, really great sync. That's a perpetual, because the game has to keep running. People have to craft stuff. And of course, when they craft, you pay a small fee to use that service, and that goes to the DAO. I think that's a really, really great sync. It's 5% of the revenue from staratlas ship rental program to be implemented. Right, okay. So this is something that the team are already thinking about. How are we going to claw back? So there's going to be at least a base 5% fee, okay, that the rental service is going to be taking from people renting out their ships. Now, we had a little talk about this in AFIA, like, well, who's actually going to benefit the most from the rental program? It will probably be fleets. It will probably be the large whales, because one, they'll have a lot more money to rent out a lot, and they can use those ships at an economic scale and even make more money. Okay. I wonder if it's going to be like a daily rental or a weekly rental, whatever. Okay. And of course, it has to be, you shouldn't put up money first to then go and borrow this. You should be able to say, I'm going to borrow this, at the end I'm going to pay this. So hopefully you've used that ship to the best of your ability to then go and pay that back. Okay. 5% more of royalties from the community-powered projects that reach the threshold condition. I don't think there's anyone that's reached over $1 million, right? And historically, the DAO also produced revenues from the sale of R4 before transitioning to the player economy, which is where I think a lot of this money has actually come from. So the DAO doesn't sell R4 anymore. R4 is totally done by the what do you call it? The community. We all put it in together. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot more fluff here. staratlas has two major branches of political activity: in-game politics and then project governance. This is actually quite true. I would say this. So I think the way we're transitioning it is that you and me, with Polis voting power, will be able to change the things in-game politics, okay? Tax on this, but the actual project governance, for example, the roadmap, is something that they don't want us to really touch. That's what I'm getting at, you know? So fluff. You can read the economic paper. Fluff. Today marks V1 of staratlas DAO voting. Okay, so there's a lot of fluff here, okay? A lot of stuff. But first thing, this is the summary of the legislative process. None of this is new. You know, we've already gone through this a while ago. Not any large changes. What did I want to show you? There was a big thing here. Yeah, of course, there will be council members, which people are trying to get a sense of now. People have said, oh, maybe I should be a council member. I'm not crash hot on that argument myself, because I think there's better people in the staratlas community that could serve a better purpose on the council than me. But hey, you know, a point that was raised is that yes, I have a platform, which means I can bring attention to a lot of these pips, or you know, what people are discussing in the DAO council, so that people are more informed about this. I have my own platform. Other people, you know, maybe need to have their own platform as well. I don't know. Maybe we need to have like a monthly DAO, just like the Economic Forum, a monthly DAO, you know, meeting, you know, whatever. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of fluff here. I see CBF reading all of this yet, but I will get to it when actually I'm reading the actual stuff. So first off, this is what we need to know. This is the dates that's coming up right now. Important DAO related dates: July 8th, founding 4 pips go live. It's in read only, and we're going to go look at them now. On July 10th, 10 days later, vote on the founding pips 1 and 2. 10 days later, voting on founding pips 1 and 2 ends. Okay, voting on pips 3 and 4 starts, and then voting on pip 3 and 4 ends. Nominations for staratlas DAO Council start. So we got till August 7th, which is around about a month from now. And then we have 13 days for the DAO Council nominations to finish. right? So first thing is the nominations, and then it's the election, okay? So first you're probably going to nominate maybe 3-4 people, and then you're going to elect 1 or 2 people. Depends, that's like per track, So we don't know actually how many people will be on the Dow Council. Maybe 5. It should be a tiebreaker. Maybe 5, maybe 7. Not sure. Of course, you don't want it to be too large because then there's too much discussion, but you want it to be narrow enough so that you get stuff done. September 4, elections for the Dow Council commences. September 17, election for the Dow Council ends. So there's a whole bunch of pip stuff that's starting, and hopefully after this, we'll be able to go and actually do stuff in the staratlas, Dow. Now, I want to remind you, being a good content creator myself and being a member of the staratlas community and being an honest person, right? I want to remind you, yes, you can go and lock your Polis and you can go and vote, okay? But at the same time, remember, the team are selling their Polis at the same time, okay? Let's go ahead. If you don't believe me, that's fine. You don't have to hate me for this. This is just publicly known knowledge. Don't hate me just because I'm actually saying it, okay? So you go to the flip side dashboard. This is the Atlas charts, okay? And then you go down to the Polis charts. So Polis claimed, there is actually a lot. Someone claimed a huge bunch of Polis on June 22nd, okay? Polis locked. People are still continuing to lock Polis. There is more and more being locked ever so slightly. Polis unlocked. Not much has been unlocked for a long time. It's been plateauing since last year. But Polis sold by Automata is the chart I want to show you. And as you can see, the team are slowly and gradually selling their Polis amount. Now, I think if I still have it right, and I think Victor told me this, the team are only selling their actual interest that they're getting from staking their Polis. They're not selling their underlying Polis capital, right? Not what they stake. They're not unstaking and then selling it. They're only selling their interest. And at the moment, you can see the interest, Polis Locker, APR, and APY for the 5 years. There's most people in 5 years. You can see that. Actually, there's most people in 4 years. Because a lot of people did it first for 5 years, and then that 5 years has now gone to 4 years. So that's where the majority cohort of people are. So people are restaking for 5 years, but a lot less than the 4 years now. Simply because, why people staking for 5 years? Because it gives you the highest API and highest return. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see, okay? Let's zoom in here. So if you stake your Polis, ooh, what happened? Yeah, there we go. So if you stake your, what's happening? Stop moving. Stop moving. If you stake your Polis for 5 years, you get an APR of 39% and an APY compounding, right? I'm not sure how much you're compounding that by. Maybe every day, every month, whatever. It turns into 47, nearly 48%. So that's not a bad return for Polis, right? Of course, the question is it going to reduce by less than 50% in 5 years? Or is the price going to go up? You don't know. Okay, that's the game you're playing, right? You're locking yourself now, so other people have the opportunity to sell. For example, the team, right? And you're making a gamble, or you're betting that later on it's going to be worth more. Okay, if you're staking it for 4 years, most people, as you can see here, are getting that 31% and 36% compounding APY. 3 years, 23%, and let's go down to 3 months. You get 1%. Is that really worth it? Not really. 6 months, 3%. Is that worth it? Not really. 9 months, 5%. Is that worth it? Not really. 1 year, 8%. That's when it starts getting juicy. So lock it up for 1 year, give or take. Anyway, so yes, team continuing to sell. Just so you know, okay. Just so you know, keeping everything fair, okay. So you know. So that's the treasury. So let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the video. It's already 13 minutes. My God, I'm sorry about that. Let's go to the LP system change. Just so you know, if you don't already, if you randomly got some Atlas in your wallet, this is where it came from. Of course, the team are now moving from manual LP redemptions to automatic LP redemptions. This has happened 1 day ago. So if you had any leftover LP, that has automatically been converted to Atlas. And I actually want to see the chart and see how much was actually redeemed. It's probably a shit ton because people left it or forgot it, but this has now happened. This is a final notice reminder that if you still have LP accumulated that hasn't been manually redeemed, it will be forcibly redeemed a day ago. So it's been done already. All right, so watch out for some free floating Atlas in your wallet. You're like, oh, where'd that come from? That's from LP that you had that you didn't redeem. Now, I want to shout out to Steven Sabal. He's not part of the staratlas team now, but he was before. But he continues to do great work in data and analytics for the staratlas metaverse. So let's see this. He's got a new investor dashboard. It's been out for a while, actually, but he just recently updated it. You can see the past 30 days of USD player earnings versus their VWAP, and even all investors in the past 30-day summary. Very, very good stuff. Very, very good site. You can see Polis charts as well as the I was going to say South Australia, the Star Atlas wallets themselves. There's resource trades, Polis investor returns. Some of the returns are crazy. You know, some of them are really, really good. Total return, 189% for this person. I wonder what they're doing. Polis reward, Polis claimed. Right, very good. Anyway, there's a lot of good data analytics. We just need to use them properly, right? And also it depends on how you interpret this data and how you present this data. Because some of this stuff you can see they like, not in this one, but Victor's dashboard, there's a whole bunch of criteria that you need to understand for the data to make sense. So I don't want to misrepresent the data. All right. Let's go on to the other big item of this video, which is the pre-season, or at least the roadmap update. Yay, yay. The team recently said they updated the roadmap. So let's see what's new. Okay, let's see what's new. They have removed a whole bunch of stuff from pre-season, and they've probably moved it to season 0 or season 1 because the team are kind of consolidating their work, making sure that they can actually deliver what they're saying they deliver. So of course, if you see something and it's in green, that means it's complete. If you see it in purple, it's still going. So let's see what's complete first. Busan Eyes for the moment, done. Busan Pulse, it's done. Calico Max Hog is done. Actually, we have some pictures of the Calico Max Hog. This is not from the Foundation Room. This is just from the highlights, the pictures from the Discord. The team put it there. This is not from the Foundation Room. So it looks good. I was going to say, people like to craft the Max Hog because it does have good cargo capacity. It's actually one of the better ones in the smaller sizes. And I can definitely see someone putting a Fimble air bike or like a really small ship in here, right? And that could carry like a small ship. So that'd be really, really awesome. Now imagine if you had passengers on board and then you're carrying a Fimble air bike that can also carry its own cargo. That whole compounding effect is where I think a lot of the beauty is in some of these ships, right? I think it's gorgeous when you can compound some of the cargo capacity, right? Now, what else is actually finished? Let's see. No other greens. Some of them don't have any colors at the moment, so please put a color on it. Otherwise, why is it there? You know, I know you want to do it, but what's the progress, right? Starbase is finished. Dow Proposals, I think they've just updated that to green, of course. Companion Crew app is still purple, which means they're still working on it, okay? Crew packs and ship components airdrop. Some of these were posted on March 7. I wish they had an update time on it so that I could know that they've retouched on it. February 29, nothing's going to change from nothing's really changed from the 29th, you know. Faction fleet deprecation still going, right? I wonder what they're going to do. What's going to be the catalyst for them to actually stop faction fleet, right? Because they're still going. It's still giving you decent API, especially if you're using Jeevesbot. Yeah, what else? So I think one thing I saw was what's new? Randomized asteroids, we know that. Medium risk zone, we know that. Facial rigs, is this new? May 2nd, no. Facial animations, that's not new. What else is new? PS6, Calico, yeah, that's fine. Pets introduction. Oh, this is new. Okay, so Tuesday, 4:30, July 9th. During preseason, your favorite companions will either follow you around or appear in key locations like in Fimble Luby dashboard. How will this look exactly isn't fully fleshed out yet. We'll update this closer to release. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. PvE, is this March 4? Ooh, experiment mode. Early space exploration. This is one of the new ones. In a feature update we're calling Project Galea, we're introducing an early look at what space exploration will look like in Staratlas. Explore the unknown and encounter enemies in places you wouldn't expect. I got a little something on this I want to tell you. This feels like it's like one guy working on it, and it's always Magic Puncher. Is that his name? I feel like he's the only one working on this, and he's always the one presenting it. Like, what's the rest of the Star Atlas team doing? This seems like the biggest Star Atlas item. This is like the Star Atlas game, right? It's this thing. But of course, there are small things you don't see on the outside for that to turn into that. This is old. Fleet Command is old. Only Space. This is new. The update opens up auction system to place bids on parcels on land on the Only Central Space Station. We knew that. That's not anything new. Surge game mode is complete. Pets. Ship customization. Is that new? No. So yeah, you see that you have to go in to see when the last update is. I wish they would just like have a little when it was done and then an update. Council rank. That's all old. Now, nothing new here. Yeah. So I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. They're just updating it, which is fine. And then you have the preseason, of course. Then you have season 0. So I'm sure they've probably put a whole bunch of stuff from preseason into season 0 because they know they won't be able to push all of this, or they're working, too many different directions. Man, look at this. We're not even started. They haven't finished preseason, and we got all this way to go. That's a shit ton of time, guys. That's a shit ton of time to be in like one project and constantly buying NFTs. Sometimes, it just kills you, the wait. And that's the game we play, okay? That's being a part of this community. So some people, of course, as you've seen, say, no, I can't do it anymore, which is totally fine. This is the gamble that the team took. But like myself, I'm here. I'm continually making videos just to keep on track of staratlas and to help you guys as well keep on track of staratlas. Yeah. Okay, now, lastly, on Twitter, I saw a research article from Reflexivity Research. What are they? Leading Crypto Narrative Research, free newsletter, staratlas Q2 update. And they talked about a whole bunch of stuff. It seems like it was ChatGPT generated. They were talking about, you can do this, you can do that. And I'm like, bro, you guys are not in the community. You cannot do that. You are totally misinterpreting how this is. It just seems very ChatGPT generated, and the stuff they're talking about, I'm like, yeah, that's like from the white paper, bro. Like, that is more than 2 or 3 years old, and the team has significantly pivoted from this. You should be referring to the current roadmap, because a lot of the stuff they're saying here is not right. Yeah, land parcels allow players to build production facilities, kind of right. Basic structures to more advanced of specific requirements. Owning land also plays a pivotal role in governance in the game, a certain level of decision making. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm a hater. Guys. Alright, maybe I'm a hater. It's okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, okay? I don't think there's anything significant in the roadmap update that we don't already know. So if there's anything significant, of course, I'll let you know. Anything that the community is talking about. But right now, I think the community are talking about the DAO-related items that's coming up. Are you going to be a council member? Let me know. Do you think I should be a council member? Let me know. I don't think I should be, but I will if a lot of people want me to. Of course, there will be work, if you don't want to foist this on someone without the full determination to go in and actually do the work for this item. I'm happy to do the work, but is it going to be worth it for me? If people appreciate it, then I will do it. I want to help the staratlas community to the best of my abilities. And with that said, I'm going to leave you and love you. Thank you very much. Bye.